This is the 24-hour book challenge. Since the coronavirus is leaving a large number of people, including myself, with nearly nothing to do on some days, I decided I would try and do something positive. Last week I would have loved a day off, so why not use this time to do things I've always wanted to do? I decided I would write an entire fiction novel in 24 hours. I wanted to make this video to put something positive into the world and challenge everyone I know, or don't know, to write their own 24-hour book. If you know anyone who's up for the challenge, send this video to them. It's not about perfection or writing a masterpiece. It's simply a way to see what you're capable of in a short period of time. Maybe you'll surprise yourself and realize that you're capable of more than you thought. There's an artist in all of us. There are no limitations about what you can write. I chose fiction because I wanted to challenge my creativity, but you can write your life story or about an experience you had. Technically, a novel is between 10,000 and 40,000 words. Mine ended up just a little over 10,000, but you don't have to write that much if you don't want to. The main challenge with this is to set a seemingly hard goal and accomplish it. This is a tangible thing that you'll have for the rest of your life. If you end up writing something, send it to me, or even make your own video of the experience. Anyway, here is my experience with writing a book in 24 hours. Since this whole coronavirus thing has become such a big deal, I've been cursed with an abundance of free time. Or blessed, depending on how you look at it. I've written a couple screenplays before, I've written a pilot, and I've written a feature film, and a bunch of little short stories here and there, but I've never finished a book. Now, you could say that was laziness, I like to say I was busy, but it was probably a mixture of both. So instead of being all down on myself and not knowing what to do and sitting on Netflix or YouTube, I'm gonna try and do something productive. Not gonna use this. I've read a few books about writing. One, my favorite, has been Stephen King. On Writing is the name of the book. And basically what he says in that book is have a set time every day where you write. Maybe an hour to 2 a day. Not 24 a day. That's not recommended. So this is terrifying. But I think I have an idea. The only things that I'm gonna try to have a general idea of right now is the conflict, the crisis, and the climax and conclusion. I don't know if those are the exact C's, but I think they are. I don't know if that's the exact order. I'm gonna look them up. I'm gonna try to abide by the 4 C's. I'm gonna try to get an idea of the 4 C's. Let's go. The first thing I needed was a general idea. I knew I wanted to do something fiction to test my creativity, and I've always wanted to write about the future. So I took on the difficult task of writing about something that no one knows about because it hasn't happened yet. My initial idea was to write about the good and the bad that the future might hold and what the world would be like if we keep advancing. But I couldn't just write a story about a general idea of a time period. That's like writing a fake history book. So I had to ground the circumstance in a character. I decided to make it about a man who was living this futuristic life until one day his AI chip malfunctions. And for 24 hours he is left without any type of artificial intelligence. I wanted him to end up discovering a new world, because now that he doesn't have any distractions for the first time in his life, he's able to be curious, and that leads him to breaking the rules for the first time. 24 hours ago, that would have been unfathomable to him. I wanted him to end up in this place where there's cars and books and movies, all the things that he's never seen before. I wanted him to find out the truth about the world, and when he does, he has to choose what side he's on. His entire world has to come to an end, and he has to discover a new one, and choose which one he wants to be a part of, all in a couple days. He goes from being an ordinary man with a 9-to-5 to having the fate of the world in his hands. These are my guidelines. Now, I have to wander through the foggy streets without a map to find a destination. My way of doing that is talking to myself for a couple hours.
That he's never had. There's these cars that don't drive themselves, that people have to drive.
Well, conflict
would be the start, where he is trying to the conflict would be, and then it malfunctions, and then he is without it. He's never in his life been without this chip in the side of his head that's kind of helping him. It's like a companion in a way. It's almost extension of yourself, and then you lose that. And they explained how the AI started getting control, and they banned everything that ever made anybody feel good, and they replaced it with this thing in your head that could just make you feel good, because they don't want people to go through bad things. But with the not letting people go through bad things, they never feel anything good. This is where climax starts. Dad's dead. The only family he's ever known, because nobody really has family unless you had siblings, but he didn't have any siblings. He's about to turn back when this guy behind a little gate says, "You coming in?" Dave says, No, it's okay." The guy gets skeptical, says, he exhales. Dave exhales.
3 hours of talking to myself later, I have the story. Now it's time to write it.
And he gets home. In the car, he goes into a little David Foods. He responds with something goes on his face. He gets home. The second he notices another person go out the door and run into a little hole. 16 left. As you can see, it's dark now. Story's done. I have it all recorded on audio. It's about a couple hours long at the moment. So now I just got to get it done on the computer. The only thing that I have left out is that rebellion portion that I want to add. So for now, that's going to have to be left for book 2, because there's no way I'm going to be able to get that done within the next 16 hours and still be able to sleep at least a little bit. So hopefully we're going to have some time left to go over grammar errors and other things like that, but I'm really going to stick to this 24-hour time period. This isn't going to be a crazy long book. It's maybe going to be 80 pages double-spaced, 100 pushing it, probably 50, maybe 30. But I'm hopeful. Things are actually looking up. The ideas have come to me. Whether they're good ideas or not, who knows? But again, I really encourage you to do this. It really keeps that creative mind going, and especially in the times we are right now with this virus going around. You know, you could spend your time and be sad, or you could make something. There's an artist in all of us. There's a creator in all of us. Just do it. You know, whether you've done it before or not, whether you're accustomed to writing or you always thought you sucked. Everyone's got a story. Tell yours. I gotta get to this. I probably should have saved the little speech for later, but he enters into the dark tunnel. The manhole cover above him, listening for any footsteps or car noise. But as he creeps forward, he hears loud noises like a rumble. He says, "Here you're gonna find the best cheeseburger." Things are getting complicated. It's already 11 o'clock, and I think I have until 12 tomorrow. I'm trying to be as good as I can with the first draft, so when I go over it again, it's not as tough. But that makes it hard to write really quickly. I don't know, my goal was to get everything down tonight. I'm not sure that's going to be possible. I have really bad neck pain at the moment. I guess just from sitting at that desk hunching over. I'm going to try and take a little bit of a break and see if that helps. No, highly recommended though. It's always good to push yourself, in my opinion. Can't be living by just off what we want to do. I think that's how you hit a dead end. Is when you continuously just live by your desires. You know, you have the urge to get a milkshake, so you get a milkshake. Sometimes maybe you shouldn't get that milkshake. Don't always do what your body's telling you to do. Don't give up. How you do one thing is how you do everything, so if you start giving up on the small things, you're going to give up on the big things. When you tell yourself you're going to do something, you got to do it. So I'm going to get this done. I might break my neck in the process, but it's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to keep going. They put Dave in there and they leave him alone. We're over halfway. It's 1:08 in the morning. I'm about to pass out. I'm going to try and sleep for about 5 hours. Get up at 6. Get the rest of the info down and hopefully go over it a couple times if I can. And we're just gonna have to be okay with whatever I end up with. At the moment, I'm trying to work on making the characters important and keeping the story intact and making it easy to follow. Those are usually the worst parts about a rough draft. Also, it's often hard to follow in a first draft because you're writing it for yourself in a way, and you know the entire story, but the person reading it for the first time doesn't. So to you it might make sense, but then it doesn't to the other person. Those are some things that I've had trouble with in writing previously. Okay, yeah, I'm going to bed. We've hit the 2-hour mark. I've been up for the last 3 hours or so, writing some more. I have about 28 minutes left on my recording till I have everything down. And then I'm going to try and go over it to correct everything I can, but that's not going to be enough time to go over all these pages. It's definitely a bit of a challenge. Yeah, anyway, gotta keep going. I haven't showered. Apologies, but I really don't have time, so.
To the pedal. Pushes it. Car revs a little.
This is the best thing I've ever seen.
Was the final stretch. Wasn't sure if I was going to make it.
Ah! The freaking noise! Why are you so loud? What are you doing?
I was tired. My brain could hardly function. My neck hurt. But I held on. And I freaking did it.
Boom, baby! It's been 7 hours straight at least of staring at this computer. I have all the information down. Now I can go over it. I don't know. I'm gonna try and go over it. I only have an hour. It's not gonna be enough. We'll see what happens. My neck hurts. My back hurts. I need to shower. But I feel good. It happened just now. Let me repeat myself. My brain's going crazy. I've been doing this for a long time now. I'm still in the process of going through everything, fixing the grammar, and I've only done it this one time, so it's not going to be perfect. And I'm trying to go get a little more detailed with it, as much as I can at least. So I'm going to finish that, and then yeah, that's done. And that's how I'm going to release it, so. After I finish that and shower, I'll give you an update on how everything went and how I feel about everything. For right now, I can't really think straight, and I'm just gonna finish up. I'm done. Wow. I have some final thoughts. I really, really wish I had more time to go over it and fix grammar things and to be more descriptive when it comes to each character and
and the environment and stuff like that. But hey, that's not the point of the challenge. It's a 24-hour challenge. There's a few things that I would definitely change, but it's a story. And that was the point of this, to tell a story within 24 hours. It's 50 pages. That's a lot to write in 24 hours. I mean, if I did that every day, in 5 days, I would have over 250 pages. You know what I mean? And then 10 days, that's a 500-page book. That's huge. In 10 days, obviously that's not sustainable. The grammar's all over the place. But that's what you expect. I mean, this is a rough draft. It's a first draft. You know, I mean, now if I do nothing for the rest of this quarantine, at least I could say I wrote a book. I might actually continue writing this book. I think I want to add the rest of it. I think I want to finish the story. Yeah, I really don't have much else to say. Again, I really, really recommend this. So if you do it, send it to me. I have plenty of time at the moment to read anything. Yeah, that's it. Stay creative, keep making stuff. Thanks.